I'm going to ask you a few questions to test your suggestibility, to see if you are more left brain or right brain dominant in how you respond to suggestions. This is one test that you cannot pass or fail, so don't try to help me in any way. Everything tells me a story. You don't need to talk during this test. If the answer is yes, just nod your head yes. If the answer is no, then shake your head no. Let's begin. Have you ever walked or talked in your sleep? Have you ever woken up at night and felt you couldn't move your body or talk? After having an argument with someone, do you ever think of what you could have or should have said? If you were to think about biting into a sour lemon, would your mouth begin to water? Can you visualize? Can you picture things in your mind? Can you imagine? Can you remember what things look like? Now, I want you to set your arm on the table. From your elbow down to your fingers, set it on the table. Now look at your arm. From your elbows down to your fingertips, get a good picture of it, and close your eyes. Visualize or imagine your arm and hand in your mind. When you can remember what they look like, nod your head yes and let me know. Now, as you begin to enter the hypnotic state, you will notice a series of changes taking place in your body. I will notice them before you do, and when you become aware of them, just nod your head yes and let me know. The first change that takes place is that your breathing may have a tendency to grow deeper as your body takes in more oxygen. When you begin to notice your breathing getting deeper and deeper, just nod your head yes and let me know. Your lips, throat, and mouth will begin to feel dry, and you may have an urge to swallow. When you notice this, nod your head yes and let me know. This is very natural and normal. Now, focus on your eyes and your eyelids. Do you notice that little fluttering sensation of your eyes moving underneath your eyelids? We are now entering the first stage of hypnosis. Now, bring your attention down to your elbow, the one that is pressing down on the table. As your elbow presses down, the muscles in your upper arm will begin to tighten and pull. And from your elbow down to your fingertips, your lower arm and hand will begin to rise and lift, higher and higher, lighter and lighter, just as light as a feather, lifting and rising, pulling and jerking, moving up off the table, higher and higher, lighter and lighter, light as a feather, higher and higher, lifting and rising, pulling and jerking, moving up off the table, higher and higher, lighter and lighter, light as a feather, lifting and rising, pulling and jerking, higher and higher. We will now tie this into your breathing. With every breath you take in, your arm and hand will lift and rise, going up higher and higher, lighter and lighter, pulling up towards your face. Higher and higher, lighter and lighter, pulling and jerking, lifting and rising, higher and higher, light as a feather. Now, as your arm and hand continues to lift and rise, your body begins to sink deeper down into the chair. Your feet press harder into the floor, and the hand on your leg may even begin to feel heavier. All the while, your arm and hand continues to lift and rise, higher and higher, lighter and lighter, just lifting and rising, pulling in towards your face, higher and higher, lighter and lighter, lifting and rising, higher and higher, lighter and lighter, lifting and rising, pulling in towards your face. Now at this time, you may begin to notice that your hand starts to twist and turn inward at the wrist. It's almost as if there's a magnetic pull of your hand coming into your face, and your head dropping down to meet your hand. It's now twisting and turning, lifting and rising, pulling and jerking sensation that goes up, higher and higher, lighter and lighter, just light as a feather. With every inhale, arm and hand goes up, and on the exhale, the head begins to drop down now to meet the hand, getting heavier and heavier, heavier and heavier with every breath. The hand and head continue pulling in closer and closer together. Now, when your hand comes all the way up to touch your face, the moment you make skin contact, you will reach your peak of suggestibility and enter the hypnotic sleep. Higher and higher, lighter and lighter, lifting and rising. Good. Deep sleep. Each and every time I suggest the words deep sleep to you, for the purpose of hypnosis and with your permission, you will enter the state of hypnosis very quickly, calmly, and deeply, and the physical body will relax. I will now use a count from 5 backwards down to 0. With each and every count, the mind and body allows you to enter the hypnotic sleep more deeply at 0. Starting with the count of 5, we are beginning to go down now, deeper and deeper into the state of hypnosis. 4, physically releasing, relaxing, and letting go. 3 is an emotional calmness. 2, You're mentally relaxing now. 1, going deeper and deeper. And 0 is deep sleep. Each and every time I suggest the words deep sleep to you, for the purpose of hypnosis, you will enter the state of hypnosis very quickly, calmly, and deeply, and the physical body will relax. You will now have greater feeling of success, happiness, and confidence in all areas of your life, and this feeling will increase each and every day. It is now time to come back up out of the state of hypnosis, feeling very calm and relaxed. I will reverse the count from 0 to 5, and with each count you begin to feel more alert and awake with a positive sense of well-being. 0. Let's shut that door to the subconscious mind to block all negatives. 1. Slowly and calmly coming up out of the state of hypnosis now. 2. Physically aware and mentally alert. 3. Coming up even higher now. 4. Eyes beginning to open. And 5. Eyes open and wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes open and wide awake.